Should we get on to our first speaker, Chris?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's give it up for our first speaker. I don't know. The introduction I had for this amazing soul in my life was, again, blessed by EXP. It brought us together, and her story she'll tell you, but we thought we were someone else. It was like a bad Tinder date, to be honest. We thought we were someone else. But the reality is we came into each other's lives, and I'm so forever grateful for her because she's changed the trajectory of my life tremendously. And now we're on this space where I am so blessed to be here for you guys, and it was because of her that has helped grow this place. For all of you guys, majority of you guys in this organization, this group, but she is a $100 million producer. The woman eats, sleeps, and breathes work. And why she's in the middle of the pool, by the way, swimming like Michael Phelps, winning freaking gold medals right now, is because she doesn't ever quit. She never quit. When the market was good, she didn't take a break. She kept her foot on the gas pedal. Where everybody else was chilling on the beach here, surfing, because the tide was good, she was working. And now her business is like killing it. She averages every deal now at least $8 million. She has made herself into a luxury deal. I know, I'm a storyteller. That's what I do. I tell good stories, Sherine. But I love you. Let's give it up for Sherine Duncan.
Sherine Duncan!
Sherine Duncan.
Woo! We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job. Work hard, play hard, work hard, play hard. We work hard, play hard, keep partying like it's your job.
I don't know who Chris is talking about. That's so funny. Oh gosh, it's so good. I'm so excited to be here. I just get so excited about this event and I get nerves. And like Chris said, I haven't slept for a week. But now we're here and I'll sleep tonight. So I'm very excited about that. But anyway, I really want to give back today. I feel like so often I get up here and I talk about building your EXP business. But today, I'm going to talk about something else. Today, I'm actually going to talk about how to sell a house. Since that seems to be what I'm doing best right now, I thought I'd go for that. So anyway, hopefully you guys are ready. Thriving any market, that is my topic today, okay? So just for a quick little down moment, it's going to last very short because I can't stand negativity, but the point is 2024, they say, was the hardest year in real estate in the last many years, 13 years. So let's go back to 2023. And that year, almost 500,000 agents quit or got a second job. So then fast forward to the following year, last year, 2024, after 500,000 got out of those that were left, 71% never closed a single sale in 2024, according to Redfin. Cray. Now you guys all feel like rock stars? Okay. So my point is this. Here we are living on Oahu, and I know you don't all live on Oahu, but I'm going to pretend right now that you do. But here we are on Oahu, where there are 6 military bases, you guys. What do military people do? Move, and they move, and they move, and they move, and we have 6 military bases here. So there is so much that we have to be grateful for, not to mention we live in paradise, yeah? And therefore, people with a lot of money want to live in really nice places like this. And they have cash. And they don't care what the interest rates are. So there's another reason we are so lucky and so blessed to live Hawaii. So I just want to turn that whole thing around to start with, that you guys, the opportunity is here. You are here. Let's put those two together and let's thrive, right? So then I just want to talk about what you're going to, I wanted to talk first today because I want to give you something that's going to help you. I go to events all the time. I've gone to events where I just get all inspired. I'm feeling really good. I'm like, yeah, there's 6 military bases and, but then you go home and you're kind of happy for a couple days and you're back in the groove and you don't do anything. So this event's not going to get any of you anywhere unless you decide it is. So basically what you got to do right now is thank you, is that Jay? Who was that? So what you have to do now, you guys, please listen. Tomorrow, set your alarm to get up an hour earlier tomorrow morning, okay? Do this, please. Today, write down everything that resonates with you. I know it's dark out there, but just trust your handwriting or something. Take notes of things that resonate, and every single time today, because you're going to have people saying things that are going to hit you. And when they do, write it down, okay? And then what I want to encourage you to do is tomorrow morning when you get up, go through your notes. Please, you guys, promise yourself to put 3 things that you learned today into practice starting tomorrow. A habit, a task, something you're going to do different. Because if you don't, you can just be inspired for a few days and move on. But if you put 3 things down that you turn into habits, do 27 days in a row, 21 days, whatever. Anyway, do that. And that will change the trajectory of your success. So I really, really wanted to talk first because of that reason right there. And now I'm going to tell you, how in the world did I close 100 million last year outside of my team? I do have a team. I'm not counting those numbers. So how do you do that? Well, you start out with 0 excuses. 0. You guys, it only takes one little tiny excuse to completely derail your success. 100%. Oh, I had a baby. Seriously, join the club. I know women that have 6 babies and they're killing it. Okay, so you guys, I'm saying don't let one excuse derail your entire success path. So start out with that. And then I will say this. Yeah, I've been in the business a little while, honestly, not that long, 11 years. And I didn't know anybody in real estate when I started in real estate. But what I wanted to say is, even though it all comes down to working really hard. So for a show of hands, I wish I could have lights up. Could I have lights up just for this part here? Because I think it's going to make a statement, I hope. With a show of hands, how many of you had an hourly job before they came into real estate? An hourly job. You got paid hourly. I worked for Fidelity, supposedly 9 to 5. So everybody, can I see hands? So most people had an hourly, even if you waited tables. I mean, you had to be there 4 to 11, whatever. Okay, so now, how many of you kept a part-time job after you got your real estate license so you could gradually move into real estate? Okay, I think it's a majority of you. It's so hard to see. Okay, now here's a question. How many of you went from a full-time job to full-time real estate? How many of you did that? A lot. Okay, now, how many of you did that without having a partner, without having alimony, child support, a rental income? How many of you did that? I want to see your hands. This is important. In fact, stand up if you did that. Stand up. Give these people a hand. Seriously. And do you see who's standing up? These are badasses. Sorry, I said I'm going to say it. You see that, you guys? You know why they did well? They had no other option. They burned their boats and they had no other option. So no excuses. But now, when you had a 40-hour week and you went full-time real estate, guess what? You're supposed to work at least 40 hours a week. That's a problem, huh? So I'm going to talk to you guys. You only have 1 escrow. You have 0 escrows. I'm going to teach you how to work 40 hours a week. Okay? So, no safety net. I already said that. Okay. How to fill a 40, 60 hour, 40 to 60. You're going to be the worst boss you ever had because you're going to kick your own ass so hard. Okay? I can preach this because I live this. Right? My daughter, Leanna, who showed up today and just made me cry. Okay. Okay, so how do you work 40 hours plus without even having an escrow? Okay? And you know what? For you who have 1 escrow, come on. You're with me here. You have 2 escrows, come on, you're still with me. You can do more if you want to. That's why you're here. You wouldn't come. So 3 hours a day of prospecting. That sucks. I know. I know it does. But you got to get uncomfortable. We're going to come back to the uncomfortable thing. Okay, you got to network events, okay? I say that's 4 hours a week. That got all screwed up. 4 hours a week of networking events. What that means is you're a yes man now, okay? If you get invited to a kid's barbecue or a birthday party or something you don't want to go to, go. Go. You need to do at least 2 of those a week. Go and talk to people. Don't go sit in the corner and talk to the one person you know. Get uncomfortable and go talk to the people you don't know, okay? So 2 hours a week, you got to do that. Then you need to spend another 2 hours a day, 1 hour creating CMAs and sending them to sellers, and then a second hour looking at new things that came on the market and sending them to potential buyers. Send them to everybody. You need to send these things out. And then you want to do 2 to 3 hours of training a week. Little plug for EXP. Sorry. EXP, what you want to do, we've got 13 classes a day on EXP, which is amazing. It's all these icons. What's an icon? It's somebody that sells about 25 homes a year. Not a big deal, but it is a big deal. You guys, it takes a lot to sell 25 homes a year. So those people get on, you get your 16,000 cap back when that happens through stock. Isn't that sweet? But guess what? You got to give back. You got to give back 6 hours of teaching in the cloud of what you did to get to be an icon. So here are the best people teaching all week. You need to be taking 2 of those classes a week. And then giving back. I'm sorry, this got all screwed up. Anyway, 2 to 3 hours touring homes a week, okay? So you need to know your market, you need to be in, you need to go to open houses, you need to absolutely know your market, okay? Because then you can talk about that when you're talking to people all the time, because you just blah, blah, blah all day when you make a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is a 47-hour week that I just told you. 47 hours a week. And guess what? Now you just created a bunch of appointments, and that's on top of that. So now that is a full-time job. And if you guys do that, there will be no excuses, and you will be selling the snot out of real estate. So this is step 2. I'm getting close to being done. Uncomfortable, get uncomfortable. Remember I said I was going to come back to that? Put it on your phone, put it on your mirror, put it in your dressing room, put it everywhere. Because you want to keep doing the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And then you do more things that are uncomfortable. And it doesn't necessarily have to be prospecting. That's definitely uncomfortable, but it gets more comfortable. But it is silly things. I mean, I laugh because, I write down, I have to do something uncomfortable every day. And then there was this, I hate rodents. And there was a rat in my yard that was dead. And I had to pick, I wouldn't wanted to wait till anybody I knew came over and helped me or get a neighbor. But I had to get uncomfortable. So I went over there, I had like gloves and a bag and a whole bunch of stuff on my hand. And I get the tail and I'm just like, oh, and it was so far to get out to the front garbage can. It was so far. And I got that thing in there and I just squealed in the neighborhood. I was like, woo! It was because I did something uncomfortable. And every time you do something uncomfortable, you grow. And it's horrible to do uncomfortable things sometimes. But the more you do it, okay, the better you're going to be in life. The more you're not going to be afraid to do things that are uncomfortable. You look for that, okay? And now, oh, you know what? One of the hours, because that slide was messed up, was giving back. Let me go back. One of the hours per day is giving back. It could be coaching your kids' soccer game. It could be whatever. You're giving back to the community for 1 hour a day. I don't care if you walk, remember Agata? I'm like, walk the neighborhood with your dog, pick up trash, do whatever you have to do. Just get out there and talk to people. So when you're doing that, you're giving back, you're going to talk to people, okay? You want to have those, like Dylan always says, have those 5 meaningful conversations every single day. Okay, make it a real job, you guys. I already talked about that and I went back. Okay, here's my last thing. Random acts of kindness. Okay, is that Ashley? I was wondering where you were. My best friend comes late. Oh, did you really just get here late? Oh, yeah, okay. So anyway, random acts of kindness, you guys. This is another thing to do every day. Let me tell you why. The reason you do random acts of kindness, they give you this little endorphin rush to get through all the uncomfortable things. Does that make sense? So I don't care. Random act of kindness could be buying something for somebody, but honestly, it's like walking up to Target and somebody has a basket they're about through with, take that wagon and take it up. It's easy. But if you keep doing those things and looking for random acts of kindness to do every single day, it gives you the endorphins to get through all the uncomfortable things. So I'm telling you this because, yes, I made the top 100 the second year in Hawaii that I was doing real estate here. But I did it, but I just shared my secrets with y'all. That's all I did. I just told you everything I did. So I'm really hoping that you guys will take a few nuggets, whatever that may be, and go with that today. But I'm very excited because I'm going to introduce our next speaker. I'm done. So.